Depends on your point of view if it's the fanciest grilled cheese ever.
Yeah.
He wasn't interested in pepper jelly, and I'd put brie on it, but I felt like he probably wouldn't care for brie either. But he went for smoked cheese, which I think is a great addition, especially with the bacon. And definitely fancy in that the bacon's from scratch, and I made bread from scratch.
Yeah.
Or cheese bread. You want fries? But you know, I had to make it complicated because that's how I roll.
Yep.
I don't need to turn down this mic. I'm blasting people. Yeah, just my bacon sizzle. These lav mics are very sensitive. Alright. I guess I should go live with the picture. With the picture? Is this the right one? Oh, jeez. Yeah, sorry about the lighting situation. That's what happens here in the evening. You know what? I can sit down. Some stuff. It's me wrecking the joint. It's fine. Everything's fine. Hello again, it's me. September. This is Dine with 9 again. Second time in a day. This one will be short.
9 seconds. Counting down.
I was not talking to you, girl. I have the wrong scene on. I have Tipple Theory on. There we go. Hello. Stop it. She thought I was talking to her. I was not. So, my streams are not the long cooking streams we used to on Twitch. I usually go around an hour, try to do a recipe from beginning to end, so you have something actionable and maybe learn something. Today's a little different because I had a giveaway on New Year's Eve, trying to encourage people to contribute to the Children's Miracle Network, their fundraiser that my friend Searanex actually also participated in. But he won asking me to cook something on stream, and he wanted, I think he said, the fanciest grilled cheese. So we collaborated online on what that would mean. He's not here to have it, but you know, someday we'll figure something out. Just make that kind of thing happen. And to make it fancier, I made the bread from scratch. I had a stream earlier today getting this bread ready. This is an herb cheese bread. Man, it smells good. From The Kitchen Witch's Cookbook by Patricia Teleska. She was this witch in Buffalo. She's got a bunch of books out. I think I bought it at an open circle ritual I went to at some point decades ago. It's well worn, and if you're in my Discord, my bot doesn't want to behave. But if you join my Discord, I share recipes there, pictures of food. We have conversations, and I use this cookbook so much it's filthy. You can always tell the pages you use the most, right? Because they get food on them. And I'm just cooking up the bacon for the sandwich right now. Let's start warming up this pan. Okay. I went to look for a new copy for myself online, and I found copies for, around $20. Not too bad. $30, somewhere in there. However, I found copies with this cover for like $300. I should have taken better care of it. It must be a first edition because it was like a new book that someone local to me at the time came out with, and then kept authoring and getting famous. Yeah, on that note, hey, look me up. Go buy my first book that's out right now. Maybe the first print will be out. Maybe the first edition will be worth money someday to someone else. Okay. So, about to get into constructing this sandwich. Being careful not to burn the bacon. This is my handmade bacon. If you look back in the VODs or check my YouTube for VODs, you can see the process of me curing the bacon and then trimming it up after I smoke it. I don't make it, you can spend hours and hours out. I don't have a camera out by my smoker anyway to show that process, but I do talk about it. It's easier to make at home than one might think. Okay, I'm just going to put this on my cutting board for now, rather than risk scorching it. I probably won't. That's the last of the homemade bacon. I gotta get curing some more. Okay. This pan is warming up. I don't want it too hot because you want to cook a grilled cheese slowly enough that I'm going to cut in the middle too to get a decent sized sandwich. And try to be nice and straight about it. That the cheese melts. I am also, in the name of fancy, going to use mayo, which is not something I normally do. I've seen lots of people do it. Instead of just butter, which is what I would normally do with a grilled cheese. Because if you use mayo, it's got that little bit of egg in it, so it's going to have more seasoning. This is the inside of the bread. Is it focusing? Oh my goodness. It sure is pretty. What was I saying? Oh, the little bit of egg will seal it from the pan a little bit. With the cheese already in the bread, I don't want it to scorch. It gives me a concern. So what I've got here for cheese, I have a Tillamook smoked cheddar, smoked medium cheddar. I had a sharp cheddar I was going to use, but I couldn't find a smoked one, and Sean and I had discussed he really did want a smoked cheese, which makes a lot of sense with the bacon. And as I talked about on the previous stream, why does my mic keep maxing out like that? Someone let me know if it's intolerable, and I'll turn it down further. Cheddar doesn't like to melt into a nice creamy situation. It likes to scorch or break, so it gets oily. Okay, turn that down a little further so we can toast this slowly. So the other cheese I'm going to put on is a Munster. It has a very different consistency so that it melts into a nice creamy pulp, and it is somewhat aged, hence the little dark edge there, but a very mild flavor. It's not going to be in the way of the flavor of the cheddar. So I'm going to put bacon in the middle. I might spoil my dinner. I just gave everyone else in the house dinner. Look at that, 3 pieces fits on perfectly. I'll put the Munster. Another slice of bread. You need a little spatula. And we're gonna do this with mayo. It's an experiment, and even if you're freaked out by mayo and you don't like it on a sandwich, don't let that discourage you from doing this, because basically it's just adding a little egg with your butter, kind of emulating a croque madame or a croque monsieur sandwich, which would be dipped in like a whole egg wash situation. I've never made one of those, but it's like basically a ham and cheese, but then they use an eggy thing on the outside. Now I know Sean's not going to be freaked out by this, because the last thing he asked me to make was French toast. Which is egg and milk and butter. Alright. I can hear it sizzling just a little. Pardon me, coughing. Just getting over something. I'm tempted to taste the bread and not cut off the end. I like the end best. So I pull a mayo on that, see how it would work with the seasonings. This would make a phenomenal BLT. So I don't know, what will we do with the rest of it? It's great toasted. It's an herb cheese bread. Just pop it in the toast with a little butter on it. I wouldn't make French toast. You could probably do more of a bread pudding style, because it would fall apart the way the crumb works in this particular bread. I have a bigger spatula to check the other side of this. Like I said, I want to toast it nice and slow so that that cheese gets melty. Yeah, I'm licking my fingers. That's okay. I'm not feeding this to anybody but me. And maybe Rob. I feel like you might want to try a bite.
I'll be over in a minute.
No, it's not ready. I'm just saying after it's done.
Oh.
I made oven fried chicken for dinner, and the rest of the family's eating that now.
Nom, 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 nom.
I thought about hopping on when I pulled out the bread to show you putting the chicken in, but I wanted to make sure and get the sandwich situation finished online as per the prize winner agreement or something. I am going to jump up and check the green bean casserole while this toasts. Yeah, I know, it seems random. It's not the holidays anymore. But with my son that recently moved home, one of the things he expressed kind of missing at the holidays in the couple years he's been gone is no one made green bean casserole. And I still had stuff for it because I just made like a tiny bit for myself, because I was the only one living here who could eat it since he's been gone. Okay. It's not browned yet, that's okay. I'm gonna flip it. Give it a little time. You can see, can you see? You probably can't see. But the cheese isn't quite melted. You can see the Munster hanging over the side like it wants to. And I want to give it time. Turn it up just a smidge. So, I had enough stuff for another green bean casserole because I actually found the French cut green beans I like to use in the store during the holidays. They're kind of hard to find around here sometimes. I'm going to eat this bacon. one more pork belly in the freezer. I'll have to check the weather and make bacon again soon. So when I was in the store, there were only 2 bags, so I just grabbed both bags of the French cut green beans, which worked out for my son, because now we're having it as a side on a random Tuesday. Well, I guess it's not a random Tuesday. Apparently it's Pistachio Tuesday. Rob and I really like the pistachio lattes at Starbucks. And they're going back on the menu today. And he wants... We're going to go have a trito, as he puts it. I can see the cheddar is melting and it's wanting to separate, but that's okay, because the Munster will keep it in check. I could have put more cheese on this, but there's a difference between fancy and just stupid. You want this bacon to be able to shine. Oh, it's really good bacon. 18 minutes. Sous chef. I would be, okay. I can see all the cheese is melting nicely, so I am going to crank it up a little higher now to get the toast on the bread, while I put a few things away in the fridge. And bread. Still the slightest bit warm. Look how good the house smells with this bread made in here today. Can hear it. I can hear it. Well, it's getting toasty. Not quite enough. Not quite brown enough. Nice and brown. And it's going to probably happen very quickly because of the fat content that the bread has from the cheese. I hope everyone's having a great holiday. It's about over, huh? The Valentine's stuff is in the stores. I'm not ready for that. I still have crafts here that I meant to stream, but I got sick, to finish up their Christmas presents. Well, the ones for Lori, I already gave her some of her Christmas presents, so that's not a big deal. But Leanne, oh look at the beautiful brown crust on that. Yeah, that's gonna be rich. I gotta say. It's crusty, but like, hear how that's not high pitched? So it's not just a straight up crunchy browning, because the bread is dense. Anyway, I'm going to show you what I was making for Leanne. If I can reach it. Etching a wine glass. I make stencils on my Cricut. This one says, Jesus touched my water. And I'll use Armor Etch to etch that glass. And she's been wanting one for a while. I sell them. Ooh. I dropped it earlier. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. I was wondering why do I take that multiple times. I already did that once.
You know what you could do? You could pick it up for me. That'd be great.
Will do.
Thanks.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Let's put it here.
How's your chicken?
It was good.
Yeah, that's fine.
There.
Did Victor... Yeah, Victor got some I saw from the count. Can you tell Victor the side is ready?
Yeah, I can.
Thanks.
Oh, my bowl's weighted.
Now, I'm using a non-stick pan for this. You by no means have to do that. A little piece of bacon fell off. Cool. More bacon for me. Now check the other side. That's why I'm using this stupid plastic spatula. Here we go. Slightly uneven. I'm going to toast it a little more on this side. Why is one corner didn't toast? Poking at it. I know you can't see, but I can see where the Munster is. Nice and melted down the edge. But I want to give it enough time that I'm sure it's melted in the middle. Oh, I bet Sean wishes he was here. Maybe I'll mail him some bread. This just doesn't seem fair as a gift. As a prize, right? I can mail bread. Then you're like almost all the way there. I'm sure you can make a grilled cheese. I mean, if you're making French toast, and you're making, you know, or you can watch the video and see how to take it nice and slow. I'm still waiting on Sean. He also had a suggestion to make potato wedges. It was one of my very first streams. And I'm waiting for his attempt at that. The other winner of Tell Me What to Do is Daniel. I'll be doing carbonara soon. Probably next week. I have dinners planned this week already. I think tomorrow doing chicken Caesars, and the day after maybe pot roast, and then Friday is like pizza day here, on insistence of the family. But everyone in the house eats carbonara, so I'll save the carbonara cook for when I'm making it for the whole family, and decide whether we're gonna put, well, with the good bacon, we usually just put the bacon in. The bacon and the egg are plenty of protein. You don't really need to add much to it. I like fresh parsley or herbs in mine, but Fletcher and Rob don't. And I think we are good for the reveal on our fancy grilled cheese. Oh. I want to remove this. The hot plate is hot. It's hot. So make sure you guys get a good view of the sandwich. I think I've got another... No, I don't have another way to show this other than let's get in close on the sandwich itself. So there we are. Herb cheese bread from scratch, some smoked cheddar, and Munster cheese, monster cheese as Rob calls it, like you do. You can see the pole. Oh yeah. I would call that part of success. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. That's really, really good. The, even before it hit much of the bacon, but the smokiness of the cheese. And I'm glad I found a smoked cheddar instead of switching to a Gouda or something. The Munster's more neutral and gives that pull, but the cheddar, because cheddar is the cheese I use in the bread, it kind of carries through so that the whole sandwich has a a light smokiness to it. I mean, I guess it's just the impression, but the cheese complements the bread enough that this came together beautifully. I still, for my personal taste, would put something a little tangy, a little acidic on this. No, not ketchup. But you could also just have a side of tomato soup, and that would carry. But like I've said, I love pepper jelly. That little sweet tanginess and spice would be a nice addition. A pickle on the side is definitely how I'd serve this. Trying to think if you could put some pesto on it, but I think with the smoked cheese that might be too much. But a sun-dried tomato pesto, it'd be adding yet another herb. But if I did that, I would probably switch out of the herbs in the bread. I'd switch out like the sage for a basil, and then you've got with the rosemary and the thyme. If you had basil instead of sage, it would give an Italian herb thing to the bread, to the herb cheese bread. That would work really well with like a pesto added to the grilled cheese. So there, ideas for fancier grilled cheeses even. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you try this. I hope you join my Discord. And I have the recipe posted there from Kitchen Witch's Cookbook for this herb cheese bread that I make for housewarmings and business openings that friends of mine have. And, occasionally just for us. I made it in a loaf special for Sean's sandwich. Normally I will braid it or make a wreath or something symbolic like that because, witchy stuff. Can't help myself. So, congratulations again for winning the contest, Searanex. And I look forward to cooking with you soon.